Have you ever noticed how always trying to be the nice guy can become a trap? Perhaps you've put yourself aside, done more for others than for yourself, and in the end, who really came out on top? Stoicism offers an answer. Over-pleasing isn't always the true virtue. It's time to let go of that constant desire to be accepted and start practicing Stoic fortitude. This doesn't mean becoming cold and unfeeling, but rather someone respected and, above all, true to yourself. Stop for a moment and think. How many times have you said yes when inside you wanted to scream no? How many times have you forced yourself to please others, even if it left you tired or sad? Stoic philosophy teaches us to have the courage to be firm, to value our own choices and priorities, without fear of disappointing anyone. I'm here to show how this Stoic fortitude serves not only as a defense against overpleasing, but also as a powerful way to earn respect. Stay with me until the end of this video. Together we'll understand why being too good can end up hurting you, and moreover, how to develop strength and self-mastery to become the most respected version of yourself. Let's get straight to the point and then delve even deeper into how this idea can completely change your life. Ready to start this transformation? Before we continue, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps me continue bringing you content like this. And most importantly, activate the bell so you don't miss any important lessons about Stoicism and personal growth. Now let's get to the point. Being too nice doesn't build respect. It creates dependency. When we're always trying to please everyone, we end up teaching people to expect us to always be available and ready to make their lives easier, even if it breaks our own boundaries. This exaggerated calm doesn't generate admiration, but rather a cycle of manipulation and unrealistic expectations. To change this, you need to learn to take care of yourself and create firm boundaries. Here are some ways to do this in your routine. Learn to say no firmly. Start by practicing saying no clearly and simply. When someone asks you for something you can't or don't want to do, respond directly and politely. For example, if you're invited to an event or asked for help with something you can't handle, say, "I really appreciate the invitation, but I can't help right now." This shows that you value your own limits and teaches others to respect them too. Organize your time and define what comes first. Create clear schedules. If you're the type who always tries to accommodate everyone, whether at work or in your personal life, set aside specific times for others and moments dedicated solely to yourself and what's truly important. For example, use the early morning hours to focus on your personal growth and don't allow anyone to interrupt this time, even if their request seems fair. This space is yours alone. Also, set aside time for your own needs and desires. Often, excessive kindness stems from a fear of not being accepted, but you need to learn to value what you truly want and need without feeling guilty. Instead of always saying yes just to please others, ask yourself, is this really what I want to do right now? When you put your desires first in a healthy way, you build self-respect, and those around you learn to respect your presence and your limits. And remember, boundaries can't just be words, they must be reflected in actions. Saying you need some time for yourself is a start, but sticking to your guns in practice is what ensures respect. If you always back down and accept other people's requests, even after saying no, you undermine your own authority. So, if someone insists too much on something you can't or don't want to do, stand your ground and reiterate your boundary. For example, "I already told you I can't do this right now, and I need you to respect my decision." Now that you've realized how being too nice can create dependency, it's time to move on to the next lesson. We'll discover how true strength emerges when you become the authority in your own life and begin making decisions guided by your principles, without fear and without being bound by others' expectations. Stay with me for this next part. Be the master of your own choices. When you spend all your time trying to please people without even realizing it, you end up losing control of your path. External pressures begin to dictate your actions, while your own values are forgotten. Stoicism shows us that we need to be our own leaders, choosing based on what we believe in, not what others demand. Now let's see how to apply this in practice. Define your personal values. The first step to taking control of your life is understanding what principles are most important to you. Ask yourself, what really matters to me? What makes me feel true to myself? It could be honesty, freedom, courage, independence, or anything else you consider essential. When you're clear about these, it becomes much easier to make decisions based on your own truth and not external pressures. Whenever you need to make a decision, ask yourself, is this in line with my principles, or am I just giving in to pressure from others? For example, if someone insists that you do something that goes against your beliefs, be firm in your response and follow what you think is right, not what pleases others. Be prepared for confrontation. Being the authority in your own life doesn't mean being aggressive or rude, but rather being willing to protect your principles. This may cause discomfort or even resistance from those around you, but it's part of the process. When someone tries to manipulate or influence your choices, respond respectfully, but without giving up what's right for you. For example, if someone tries to convince you to make a decision you know is wrong, have the courage to say, I understand your opinion, but I chose what I consider most consistent with my values. Practice emotional independence. Being your own boss also means not relying on the feelings or approval of others to feel secure. When you have this self-sufficiency, you don't need constant applause to know you're on the right path. A good practice is to always give yourself time to reflect when making an important decision, rather than looking to others to confirm whether you made the right choice. Reflect on your choices and learn from them. A person who leads their own life isn't afraid to look back and review what they've done to learn from it. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on the decisions you've made and their impact on your path. Ask yourself, did this decision reveal who I truly am? What can I do to act even more in line with my values? This habit of reflection will make you more confident in your life and more aware of what truly matters. Now that you understand how to take authority over your own life, you're ready to put it into practice in your daily life. In the next lesson, we'll discuss how true strength lies in not relying on external approval and how to free yourself from it. Stay with me to discover more about this. The power of emotional detachment. When you try to be consistently pleasant, you end up getting caught up in other people's expectations and emotions, often forgetting what's important to you. Stoicism teaches us to maintain emotional balance, that is, not to let other people's criticisms, opinions, or attitudes determine how you feel or act. Let's see how to incorporate emotional detachment into your life to gain respect and strengthen your presence. The first step is to learn to distance yourself from the emotions others try to instill in you. When someone criticizes you or tries to manipulate your choices, take a deep breath and take a step back. Instead of reacting automatically, ask yourself, does this criticism truly reflect who I am? Or is it just the other person's way of seeing things? This distance will help you respond calmly and rationally without being overwhelmed by the weight of other people's emotions. One of the biggest pitfalls of those who are too nice is wanting to respond quickly, just to please or avoid conflict. If you feel pressure to decide or speak immediately, pause. Tell yourself, I'll think about it and then I'll respond more clearly. This pause allows you to make more balanced decisions that are aligned with your principles, without being driven by emotions. Assert your truth even when faced with opposition. By letting go of external expectations, you feel freer to be who you truly are, without the worry of being accepted all the time. Of course, some people may resist this, but it's essential to stand your ground. If someone questions your choice or reaction, calmly say, I understand your point of view, but I'm acting according to what I believe is best for me. This shows confidence and firmness without the need to over-explain yourself. Let go of control over others' behavior. Part of emotional detachment is recognizing that you don't control what others think or how they react. Anxiety often arises because we try to please everyone or because we want to control how people will react. Free yourself from this burden. Accept that everyone has the right to think and act as they wish, and you don't have to change that. Your focus should be solely on your own behavior and the choices you make. When you learn to focus only on what's within your control, you maintain your inner peace and gain more respect. Create a daily habit of emotional self-control. Emotional detachment doesn't happen overnight. To achieve balance, you need to practice mastering your emotions every day. This can include breathing exercises, moments of silence, meditation, or even writing your thoughts down in a notebook. When you better understand your feelings and learn to control them, you can respond to situations with calm and focus, no matter what's happening around you. Now that you understand how emotional detachment is essential for maintaining respect and inner peace, you're ready to apply it to your life. In the next lesson, we'll talk about true kindness and how being firm without giving in to pressure can generate genuine respect. Stay with me. True kindness isn't always sweet. Being too nice often means giving in to others' wishes and avoiding conflict. But true kindness goes beyond that. At times, it demands firmness, demanding decisions that may not be pleasant, but are necessary for growth and the good of all. Stoicism shows that to be truly good, one must know when to be tough, make difficult choices, and not live just to please. Let's understand how to apply this in everyday life. Be firm in your choices, even if others don't like them. Being kind doesn't mean accepting everything. Sometimes true kindness lies in saying no when someone asks for something that isn't good for you or the situation. For example, if a friend asks you for something you can't or don't want to do, be clear. I can't do that, but I can help you in another way. This isn't cruelty, it's honesty and respect for your limits. Correct with care and empathy, not arrogance. Part of true kindness is being able to point out someone's mistake when necessary, but without judgment or humiliation. If someone makes a mistake, instead of pretending it never happened, use the moment to teach and help them grow. For example, if a co-worker makes a mistake, don't ignore it. Say constructively, I noticed there was a mistake here, and I wanted to suggest another way to do this next time. This helps people grow without creating arguments, demonstrating true kindness. Understand that trying to please everyone isn't a quality. Constantly striving to make everyone happy can end up hurting you and others. When you live solely to please, you lose the opportunity to be honest with yourself and those around you. Instead of chasing approval, start acting according to what's truly best for you and the situation. By doing this, you gain respect, not because you're trying to please, but because you demonstrate that you know how to make balanced and honest decisions. Learn to make sacrifices when necessary. Sometimes being kind requires giving up something for someone else, but this sacrifice shouldn't be constant and shouldn't destroy your well-being. For example, if you need to do something you don't like, but that's important for the well-being of someone close to you, do it consciously, knowing that it's also part of your personal growth. True kindness requires balancing your own needs with those of others without hurting yourself excessively. Don't be afraid to face difficult situations. Being firm also means being prepared for confrontation when necessary. Often, to be truly kind and respectful, you need to approach conflict constructively, without fear of causing discomfort. For example, if someone oversteps your boundaries, say clearly and directly, "This is unacceptable. We need to resolve this issue." The key is to remain calm and firm to show that, although you are a good person, you also deserve respect and do not accept abuse or lack of consideration. Now that you understand how true kindness involves firmness and difficult decisions, you're ready to apply this to your daily life. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how to free yourself from the need for external approval and start living according to your own truth. If this video resonates with you, please leave a like. This shows that this content is helping you and encourages me to bring you even more powerful teachings. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel now. This ensures you'll always receive new content about Stoicism and how to create a stronger mind. Let's continue. Let go of the need for validation. The constant search for external approval can be one of the biggest pitfalls to personal growth. When you depend on the opinions of others to feel good, you lose your authenticity and begin to act solely to meet their expectations. Stoicism teaches that we should be guided by reason and our own principles, not by external pressure. Now let's see together how to apply this lesson in practice and free yourself from the need for validation once and for all. Challenge the idea that you need to please everyone. The first step to breaking free from the quest for validation is to start challenging this mindset. Ask yourself, why do I need so much approval from others? Does it actually help me grow, or does it just hold me back from being who I truly am? Often this pressure to please stems from internal insecurities or the belief that we're only valuable when others accept us. When you understand that other people's approval doesn't define your worth, you begin to act based on your own principles. Make decisions guided by what you believe is right, not by what others expect of you. Start acting according to your values, even if it doesn't please everyone. If you have a different opinion than your group of friends or co-workers, don't be afraid to speak up. Instead of changing your way of thinking just to be accepted, maintain your integrity and be true to your convictions. This will earn you the respect of those who truly matter and will show that you are authentic, not beholden to other people's expectations. Practice self-awareness every day. The more you know yourself, the less you depend on external approval. Set aside time daily to reflect on your choices, emotions, and attitudes. Ask yourself, am I acting according to what I consider right? How can I improve and be even more true to my truth? The more you understand yourself, the easier it will be to make decisions that follow your principles, and the less you will depend on the opinions of others. Be the judge of your own actions. Don't expect others to validate your achievements or choices. Become your own evaluator, celebrating your internal victories even if no one else notices. If you made a good choice, even if you didn't receive external recognition, value that action within yourself. True satisfaction comes when you know you did the right thing, without needing anyone's approval. Stay away from people who constantly demand your validation. To truly free yourself from this need, you need to stop hanging out with those who only want you to fit their expectations. Surround yourself with people who respect your authenticity and who are there for you not because you're trying to please, but because you're true to yourself. If you notice that a friendship or relationship exists solely for validation, it's time to rethink that bond and value those who support the real you. Now that you understand how to free yourself from the need for external approval and live according to your own values, you're ready to put this into practice in your daily life. In the next lesson, we'll talk about how to handle situations full of drama and tension, always striving for calm and respect, instead of wasting energy on pointless arguments. Stay with us for the next step. Step away from the drama and choose serenity. Drama and unnecessary arguments are constant sources of exhaustion and distraction, especially when you're trying to please people or conform to their expectations. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm no matter what's going on around us. When we distance ourselves from the turmoil and focus on our inner peace, we gain respect because we show that we're not easily shaken by external noise. Let's learn how to apply this in our daily lives, and with it, gain more calm and respect. Learn to recognize and avoid drama-filled situations. The first step is to recognize when you're being drawn into a mess or a tense atmosphere. This could come in the form of a negative comment, a rumor, or even gossip. When you notice this, consciously choose not to participate. Ask yourself, is this really worth it? Will it bring anything good to my life or someone else's? If the answer is no, then walk away. By doing so, you practice serenity and self-control, demonstrating that you can maintain balance even in the face of provocation. Respond calmly, not impulsively. When someone tries to create drama or provoke you, your first reaction might be anger or defensiveness. But Stoic composure shows that if we react without thinking, we lose the chance to respond rationally. If someone launches an unfair criticism or tries to drag you into an argument, take a deep breath and choose a firm but calm response. For example, if someone starts attacking you for no reason, you can say, "I understand your point of view, but I won't engage in that kind of conversation." This demonstrates emotional maturity and self-respect. Stay focused on what truly matters. Pointless conflicts and drama can distract you from what's essential. Remember, true serenity comes when you can focus on your own goals and priorities without getting lost in the opinions or attitudes of others. Create a routine that helps you focus on what matters most, whether it's your personal growth, your work, or your truest relationships. By maintaining this focus, you become a more respectable person, unencumbered by external distractions. Practice empathy without getting caught up in the drama. Staying calm doesn't mean being cold or ignoring the feelings of those around you. You can show understanding, without having to carry the emotional weight of someone else's problem. When someone comes to you with a difficulty or conflict, listen with genuine attention, but don't allow the burden of the situation to enter your heart. Offer support in a balanced way without letting negativity drag you down. By doing so, you show that you know how to manage your emotions and that while you care about others, you won't get lost in their storms. Create a daily habit of caring for your emotional self-control. To maintain peace of mind, it's essential to practice controlling your reactions every day. This can be done with simple exercises, such as stopping to take a deep breath, meditating for a few minutes, or writing down your feelings in a notebook. The more you learn to manage your own emotions, the easier it will be to navigate difficult situations without getting bogged down in unnecessary drama. This emotional mastery not only improves your life, but also makes others see you as calm, centered, and worthy of respect. Now that you understand how to avoid drama and maintain composure, you're ready to apply this to your daily life and create a more relaxed and respectful environment around you. In the next lesson, we'll discover how rejection, when viewed positively, can be transformed into a powerful tool for your personal growth. Stay with me until the end of this journey. Turn rejection into strength. We all face rejection at some point, but contrary to what many people think, it can become one of your greatest allies on the path to evolution. When you free yourself from the fear of rejection and learn to use it as training to become stronger, your worldview changes completely. Stoicism teaches us that every obstacle, and that includes rejection, can be used as an opportunity to become more resilient and resilient. Let's explore together how to apply this idea to our daily lives. Accept rejection as a natural part of life. The first thing you need to remember is that rejection isn't a personal attack, but rather something that's part of everyone's experience. Whether in relationships, at work, or even in friendships, sooner or later, you'll face rejection. Instead of fighting it or feeling inferior, understand that it's part of the journey. It doesn't take away your worth, but rather creates space for your growth. Treat every rejection as a lesson. Whenever it happens, instead of shutting down or feeling defeated, use the situation to look within. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you need to adjust your behavior, develop new skills, or change something in your life for the better. Rejection presents an opportunity to improve yourself and should be used as a tool to become stronger. For example, if you failed a job interview, see it as training. Next time, prepare better, study the company more, or practice your interview skills until you feel more confident. Let go of the need for constant approval. One of the biggest reasons we fear rejection is the desire to be accepted all the time. This desire can become a major obstacle to personal growth and can also prevent you from living your life authentically. When you learn not to depend on everyone's acceptance, you begin to act according to what you believe is right, without needing validation from others. Practice making decisions based on your own values, without always seeking external recognition. This will build your confidence and free you from the endless race for approval. Strengthen your emotional resilience. Every time you face rejection and decide to keep going, you increase your inner strength. Don't let rejection bring you down or make you doubt your worth. Instead, see each rejection as a step towards strengthening your confidence and proving that you can get back up. A simple way to practice this every day is to think about the challenges you've overcome and how they helped you grow. This will remind you that you have the energy and courage to overcome any obstacle. Celebrate your ability to move forward. When you learn to handle a no without getting shaken, you gain great self-respect. True strength lies not in avoiding rejection, but in how you respond to it. Every time you don't let a no stop you, you strengthen your confidence and your self-image. Appreciate these small achievements. When something doesn't go as expected, recognize that you were able to keep going, learn, and improve. Now that you understand how rejection can be used as a powerful tool for growth and resilience, you're ready to apply it to your life and become stronger with each new challenge. This way, you'll gain a deep respect for your own resilience, no matter what. This way, you'll be able to live with greater truth and confidence. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. It shows that you're truly committed to improving your life and seeking valuable knowledge to achieve greater independence and respect. You're on the right path, and it's inspiring to see your dedication. Now, I'd like to know what you thought. Leave your comment below. If you're unsure what to say, just say, "I'm grateful." That way I'll know you stuck with it and are applying these lessons to your life. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss important content like this. To continue your journey in Stoicism, I'll leave 2 recommended videos at the end with more Stoic wisdom to help you grow even further. Stay strong on your path. See you in the next video.